All right, welcome back to Orlando Out of Context. I'm Brian.
And I'm Stephanie.
And today we are joined by some representatives from Ronald McDonald House of Central Florida, right? What would we say?
Central Florida.
Central
9
Florida. All
counties
right.
in Central Florida.
Perfect. So we have Luann here and we have Jared. So welcome to the stage. I don't know much about Ronald McDonald House. I've heard about it.
God, I love McDonald's. Number one restaurant for my entire life, starting with Happy Meals. But honestly, yeah, I don't know that much about Ronald McDonald House. The only thing I see about it is like when you go through the drive-thru, they have like the little change thing that says like put your change in here for Ronald McDonald House. So today we're going to get to learn a little bit more about where that change goes.
Well, first off, thank you for this opportunity. We hear that often. People have heard about Ronald McDonald House, but may not know about Ronald McDonald House. I am Luann DeVogue. I am president and CEO of Ronald McDonald House Charities here in Central Florida. In Central Florida, we have 3 Ronald McDonald Houses. So we're one of the youngest chapters. However, we're mighty and we've grown, large and strong. But truly the mission, it's Ronald McDonald House Charities. The mission of Ronald McDonald House Charities has been to create programs that directly improve the health and well-being of children and families. So that's a large umbrella. But where we are here in Central Florida is our main focus has been on Ronald McDonald Houses. Ronald McDonald Houses are houses that provide a home away from home. You've heard that saying, but it provides a bedroom, a home atmosphere with comfort and care right near a hospital. So you will find that, and we're fortunate here in Central Florida, that we are located right on the campus of the 3 wonderful pediatric hospitals here that serve Central Florida. So we're very, very proud of that. We have a lot of initiatives and programs that help to provide that comfort and care. So questions that get asked to us, who comes to the Ronald McDonald House? If you have a child that is ill and you live actually anywhere in the world and your healthcare provider is in Orlando, Florida, you will come to Orlando, Florida, and stay at the Ronald McDonald House. There really are no requirements. We do not charge. We ask for donations, but really it is a community house. One thing that many people believe is that we're all about McDonald's. Well, we bear that name, and we're going to talk a little bit about that in regard to how that all came to be. McDonald's is very, very much of a mission partner with Ronald McDonald House. But how it all really started was back in 1974. Fred Hill and his wife, Fran, in Philadelphia. Fred was playing for the Philadelphia Eagles at the time. They received the worst news a parent can ever get, and that was that their 3-year-old daughter, Kimberly, was diagnosed with leukemia. So when they went into All Children's, they realized that families were coming from all over the world. They were sleeping in waiting rooms. They were sleeping in their cars. They were eating out of vending machines. They really did not have the wherewithal as Fred and Fran did. So I will share a story so Dr. Evans, and she's still alive today, Dr. Audrey Evans, she is a spunky 92-year-old woman to this day. She was their oncologist and hematologist, and she approached Fred and Fran and said, you see this firsthand, we need to do something about it. So with that said, he approached the GM, Jimmy Murray, and Jimmy's still very much alive today and cooking. And he's as tall as he is round, and 13 children, and Fighting Irish from Notre Dame. And he approached the team and said, we've got to do something about this. Well, when they approached McDonald's and said, how can you help us? They came about and said, well, we are going to be serving up Shamrock shakes in February. Why don't we give you a quarter for every Shamrock shake that we sell in the McDonald's in Philadelphia? So with that said, that was the start. And Jimmy, I will quote Jimmy. He says, I knew we had a winner as soon as they mentioned Shamrock Shake in the Irish. So with that said, the first Ronald McDonald House opened in Philadelphia. And from there, we have 376 houses now in 45 countries around the world.
Wow.
Oh, not just the US.
No, we're in all over the world. We're global.
That's incredible.
So this is really interesting, and hopefully it's a good segue. So I guess I didn't realize, because we were connected today because we want everyone to know about the Shamrock Shake, and we'll continue to get a little bit more into the Shamrock Shake, because everyone kind of knows, Shamrock Shake comes around St. Patrick's Day, but I didn't realize that the Ronald McDonald House was kind of started from the proceeds from the Shamrock Shake. I didn't, even at this point, like that's something that I just learned in this moment. I didn't realize there was that deep-rooted connection with the Shamrock Shake. So that's really interesting.
And it's very, very exciting. And it's so appropriate because this year we here in Central Florida are celebrating our 25th year here. Our first house opened on the campus of Advent Health for children. And since then, we've opened at Arnold Palmer and Winnie Palmer, Orlando Health, obviously. And then Nemours we opened. So we're on all three pediatric hospital campuses in Orlando. But we call ourselves Central Florida, and I just want to share this, and I know that Jared's going to share with you as well. We really do represent Central Florida. We have many of our families come from Brevard, Volusia, Lake. They do not have the pediatric health care that we have here in Orlando. So we really are a strong Central Florida charity, children's charity. And again, we also serve globally. We also serve, around the country. So with that said, we're a community house. And so our funds do come from the community. We have about 20% of our revenue comes from the McDonald's owner operators here in Central Florida. And the remaining 80% come from individuals, come from foundations and corporations and civic organizations. So that is another thing that people do not understand, and we appreciate you allowing us to share that with them.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you so much, Luann. That's great. I'm definitely learning new stuff. So Jared, tell us a little bit about you and your role at Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, thanks. It's great to be here. And I'm the Chief Development Officer for Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Florida. And I kind of oversee the fundraising and marketing of the organization. So it's getting the word out there, talking with wonderful people like you and helping us get the word out there to other people and letting them know what the need is, and educating people about what we do and how we get back to the community. Because as you said, so many people know us, know the brand, they know the name, but what goes on in the house is sometimes a little bit of a mystery to people, and they don't really, they don't know what's going on. And they may drive by some of the houses and it's like, oh yeah, I know that place. But what goes on there is just a whole other world. And it is community for those families. And I think 90% of our families come from Central Florida. So we are truly a local organization and helping local families.
I think until it touches you personally, like maybe your own family or like friends, you, I guess, would not know about the resources available there at the house.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we always say to people. It's like, people say, yeah, I've heard of your organization. What a great organization. And I always say, like, that's not enough. Come to the house. Like, yeah, I know it's a great organization. I work there and I see it, and it's amazing. And I always say to people, like, you need to come see it firsthand, because once you come into the house, see the families, see what's going on there on a daily basis, it really hits home to there. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we've had to kind of limit those opportunities to people to come in, and we only have the families and essential staff in the houses right now. We hope, later on this year, we'll be able to open those back up to people to come in. But once we get to that point, we are an open house. We want people to come in. We want people to see what's is going on there and where their dollars are going, and to see the families that are being impacted by this, because no family is immune, unfortunately, to somebody being impacted by a sick child. It happens to anybody across race, creed, income, it doesn't matter. And we are there with open doors to anyone that needs us. And we want to make sure that those families are steps away from their child, that they don't have to travel hours away from them. It's so important that we give those families that opportunity. And the people like you and people that are giving to the organization are making that possible.
So you're saying after, we make it through COVID and things open up a little bit, you welcome anyone who would want to like come tour it or like check it out or look at it?
That's I will speak for Luann here as well, but that's one of our favorite things to do is give a tour of the house, and we absolutely welcome it when possible and when we can open our houses back up. One of the biggest things that we do throughout the year too, on a daily basis, is our Share a Meal program. And this is operated by people in the community, by volunteers, corporate groups, civic groups, individuals, but they come in for lunch and dinner every single day at our houses and cook meals for the families. And that's something that we want to showcase to the public and say, hey, this is something you can do to give back. It's not just about the dollars. It's about giving back of your time as well. And again, unfortunately, COVID is limiting that opportunity for people. But we see that light at the end of the tunnel. We know it's coming soon. The vaccinations are getting out there. I know. Yeah, let's raise our hands to that. And we are very confident and positive the fact that we should hopefully by the end of the year be able to offer those opportunities again. But this is a community organization, a community house, as Luann said, and we don't operate without the community. It's not Luann and I doing it. It's people like you, and it's people coming into the house and making it happen.
So that leads me to another question that we had was what kind of volunteer opportunities are available now and, something more in the future?
You want to take that, Luann, or you want me to do it?
Go ahead. You're on a roll.
It's, while we don't have opportunities within the house physically right now, there are still needs that are had. And like I said, that Share a Meal program is one of the top needs that we have. So while people can't come to the house to cook, they can still raise money. One of the things that we do is partner with a lot of the local restaurants, catering groups within Central Florida and Orlando. They've been hit quite hard by COVID. This is a way to give back to them as well. So when people raise money, they often buy gift cards or they order meals through these restaurants and have them delivered directly to our houses. And that to me, that kind of just benefits everybody. And it's giving back to your local community. It's giving back to the families that are in the houses. It's a win-win for everybody. So that's a great way to help out. We also need gift cards from our grocery stores, from gas stations. Many of our families are traveling hours away, and we offer gas cards to those families too. So we really try to take as much burden off those families as possible. And that's many ways that people can give back. And we also have our wish list items, things that you have in your house or place where you live that you need, toilet paper or laundry detergents or paper goods of any sorts. Our house is just like that, just on a larger scale. So we just need that many more items, and we have all of those items available on our website as well.
Some of you crazy couponers out there,
Yeah.
if you have a lot of extra stuff, this would be a great place to, kind
Absolutely.
of share your savings.
Well, I'm just going to piggyback on that. We have 3 houses, as I had mentioned, on 3 locations. When before COVID, we were our capacity and occupancy was 84 families per night. We had waiting lists. So now we're able to get about 50% of those families in. And so with anything that we can, any family we are unable to get in, we're also partnering with hotel groups. So that may be an opportunity for people that have to come, to definitely stay and at least have a place that they can call home for a little while until we can get them back in. But I also want to share something about the house. So many people, in fact, one of our board members at one time just told me, he said, I'm not quite sure what the Ronald House looks like inside, but I will share with you that we have a full kitchen. We have laundry rooms. We have private baths and private bedrooms. We have a staff that is very passionate, that if a family needs something, they take care of it for them. We also provide, as Jared had said, 3 meals a day. Even during COVID, we've been providing 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when we don't have food, our staff comes in and they definitely cook. So the bringing food, or sending it in from restaurants is just so key for us right now. The other thing is you will find gathering rooms when there is not a COVID, but it's really a place that people can feel comfortable. We have security. We make certain they have transportation back and forth to the hospitals. We have so many families that have said to me, you do not know what a relief it is to know that my family is at Ronald McDonald House and I don't have to worry about them. Husbands that have to go back to work and leaving their wife and their children, or parents, these kids are having, children. They're all in the same boat. They may have children with different, medical issues. We have cancer and preemies, and it just goes on, but they all are in the same boat. And that is, they have a very, very ill child that they need to be close to.
Well, thank you for that, because I was going to ask you a little bit more kind of what the operation looks like, and you definitely answered that question. Yeah, I love it. So let's get into a little bit more of kind of the Shamrock Shake, kind of the history and the story behind that, and how it ties back to Ronald McDonald and how it benefits, the Shamrock Shake benefits Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, as Luann mentioned earlier, she kind of gave you the history with Fred Hill, the Eagles in Philadelphia, and being the first house there. And it's really become a tradition now amongst McDonald's all over the country. And we're very fortunate that they are bringing the Shamrock Shake back. I took my 2 daughters there 2 days ago and got their Shamrock Shakes and educated them. I was like 25 cents for every Shamrock Shake that we're buying. That's 2 right now. So we had 50 cents that went back to Ronald McDonald House Charities. And again, this is all over the country. And, so it goes back to the local chapter. So, everyone here in Central Florida, those Shamrock Shakes, that 25 cents is staying right here. And that's what people need to know, is that when they're purchasing that, even when they're putting those extra change into the dispensers there, they can also round up their meals too. So there is now 3 ways to support us at McDonald's right now when you go there. So even when you get your Shamrock Shake, make sure you round up your meal. And all of those pennies and cents are going back to Ronald McDonald House here and the families here. So it really does make a big difference. We're really trying to promote this too by doing this kind of social media thing called Show Your Shake. So it's hashtag Show Your Shake. And and we're trying to get people to post when they get their Shamrock Shake, put it online, put it on your Instagram, put it on Facebook. put on TikTok, wherever it is, and let people know that you're supporting Ronald McDonald House, because it's a delicious shake, and you're also supporting local families by doing that. So
it actually is delicious, because I had it, I think for the first time I had it last week or the week before, and that was actually my first time I've ever had it. For some reason, my whole life I had never had it, and I'm a fan of mint chocolate chip ice cream. So for those wondering what it tastes like, it is a mint shake. It's kind of like eating mint chocolate chip ice cream without the chocolate, but it's not too overpowering, I would say, and it was really good. And they even like it had like, well, just go to our TikTok, because now at this point the Shamrock Shake TikTok on our TikTok page has released, because when we're recording it hasn't released, but you're listening to this now, go to our TikTok, check out our TikTok featuring the Shamrock Shake, and you'll be able to see. But they gave us, it was a nice swirl of that, the kind of the vanilla,
yeah.
It was like the perfect swirl. I think that they knew we were going to be featuring on TikTok. They did really good.
And I can't wait to see you both shake. Yeah, show your shake.
Show your shake. Yeah.
We're going to show the shake on Instagram as well, but TikTok's kind of our sweet spot, but we're going to be showing it on both. But
great.
It was a lot of fun to go, and we safely met up with some other people who were also featuring the shake. So it was a lot of fun, and we're happy to let everyone know that the Shamrock Shake is back. And remember, it's back for a limited time. I think it only runs through part of March, obviously through St. Patrick's Day, but
right.
It's one of those things where you have to go grab it right now before it's gone. And sometimes they will sell out. So if they do sell out that day, make sure you check back to your McDonald's, and hopefully it'll be back in stock the next time you visit, because it's a thing. Like people go for.
Do you think it's as popular as the McRib?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's as popular as the McRib. I think the McRib and the Shamrock Shake.
Anytime as humans that we are withheld from something and then it comes back, that's when we're like, we have to have it.
I think McDonald's has mastered that very well.
It's a good marketing ploy.
Keep everything salivating for it. So when they come back, you're like, I must have it.
Yeah. So transitioning from that, are there any other like annual events that you have? Any other big things that you look forward to throughout the year to kind of drive awareness for the house?
Absolutely. We do a number of special events throughout the year. We have 4 signature events, and then we also have a young professionals group that does 4 events throughout the year. But it ranges from golf. We have a big ride, cycling event with a 5K as well in October. We even do a sporting clays event at the end of the year. So there's anything you want. Our one upcoming right now that anybody can participate in is our Battle of the Brains. It's our young professionals group putting it on. We're doing it virtual, so do it just the way we're doing it right now. We're all on Zoom, and it's going to be 3 rounds of fun questions, and you can get people together either physically in your place and everyone on their own phone participating, or you can do it virtually the way we're doing it right now, and it's just $25 a person. And 100% of that goes to support our houses, and we can get up to 1,000 people on there. So we, encourage everyone to go out there and do it, and it really is a fun time. But you can check out all of our events on our website. It's rmhccf.org, and you can see everything we have going on there. And I guarantee you, if you have an interest in something, we're doing a special event for it.
And so as you're listening, in the show notes, we'll have that linked in the show notes of this podcast episode. So if you didn't want to write that down, just head to the show notes and you'll be able to get that link. Where else can people find you and interact with you? Are you guys on social media?
Yeah, absolutely. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We haven't delved into the TikTok yet, but we are. That is next. But we've got plenty of places you can find us in there. We encourage everyone to follow us. You can really see all the things that we're doing, all the videos we're posting. We have a great one for the Shamrock Shake. You can see our good friend and board member, Raquel Asa from Beep, doing her little shake on there. And it's the best way to follow us and kind of keep up to date on what things that are going on. And we have so many different, whether it's events or different promotions that people are supporting us with. So definitely go on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, follow us on there and just see what's going on.
It's also a very special year. I'm going to just piggyback on that. It's our 25th anniversary here in Central Florida. So every month we're going to have a different feature. So Shamrock kicked it off, but we have Volunteer Month. We have founding stories. We roundup. So every month we've got something going on, something that we're going to ask people to, come in, join us, participate. And so everybody's invited. So please, we encourage everybody to get involved that way too.
And our McDonald's partners are going to be doing something monthly where a special item is going to be 25 cents every single month. So you got to follow us to know what that is. Yeah. It could be French fries. It could be a cheeseburger. We don't know yet. So every month, follow us on there and, check out some good specials. And at the same time, you're going to be supporting the Ronald McDonald House and our families.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I've learned a lot. I think the number one thing really is that I took away is community, and that you guys really are community focused, and you're very local to Central Florida. There, I know there's houses across the globe, but your chapters, there's chapters for each region. So, well, we appreciate that. And once COVID has calmed down and we can get back out to a little bit regular like it was before, we can definitely visit. And
we'd love to come check it out.
And check it out. And we encourage everyone. I've stepped inside once to the Ronald McDonald House at the Children's Hospital there in Lake Nona. I've stepped in there once, but didn't get a tour, but was there for an event. So I know where it is. I know geographically where it is, but it would be great to see a little bit more inside of what happens. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys, like we said, check in the description of this podcast. The links will be there to the Ronald McDonald House of Central Florida's website, as well as their socials, where you can tune in to those 25-cent deals happening throughout the year. But until next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Follow us on Instagram at Orlando Out of Context. Instagram is where you can connect and interact with us, as well as see photos and videos related to this week's episode.
Make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and iHeartRadio.